This is the MSI R9 380 2 GB model. I bought this card in the November of 2014. That means this card is gonna be 10 years old this year. When I bought this card, the other popular option was the GTX 960, and I bought that first, but I just did not like it. I did not even put it in my PC yet, because my PC was not in Denmark. I came back to the hotel and I did some arigatou gozaimasu. This is the R9 380 2 GB by MSI. I bought this card in the winter of 2014 in Denmark. I was in a city called Aarhus. But this was not the first card that I bought that day. You see, when this card was out, its main and most popular competitor, and the only competitor at the time, was the NVIDIA GTX 960. So the day I actually bought this card, I first bought the NVIDIA GTX 960 by the same card manufacturer, MSI. It was the same exact card, but the red accents were green because of NVIDIA. I'm sure some of you will have had that experience where you buy something no matter how much research you do. As soon as you get it, you come across some piece of information that gets you into that buyer's remorse kind of a state of mind. Let me know in the comments. But that's exactly what happened to me when I got the MSI GTX 960. I was some forum at my hotel in Aarhus, Denmark, on a winter's evening, and looking at some charts and graphs and stats, and thinking I made a huge mistake spending, I do not remember how many euros at the time, and getting the graphics card of my dream at the time. Well, I got up and I finally decided that I'm gonna return the GTX 960 and I'm gonna get the R9 380 because that review just tipped me over the fence. It was just after I had bought the card. So I went back to the store and they were really nice about it. They gave me the other card. I paid the difference and I got myself this red and black, beautiful, a little dusty looking card. Look at that. It reminds me of gaming in the 2000s. It's very aggressively designed. Look at these heat pipes. It gives it more of a sports car feeling. I'm so sorry about the ambulance. I live in downtown and I cannot help it. So, you can see it has two massive fans. I'm not gonna go in the tech specs of it, mainly because it's not that type of a video. But I just want to tell you how beautiful this card is. Just look at this beauty. They went so far as to put a back plate on it and put this nice dragon, the MSI official logo on it, and this is metal. So this gives it a very nice feel to the touch, and I'm sure you can tell it looks pretty good. This does not look like a 10-year-old card design-wise. Now, if we go back to the I/O the card has, you will see. Whoops, I gotta turn this around for you, don't I? There you go. So, the card has one HDMI, which I've been using, and that's why it's missing that cover. Then it has one display port. Then it has a DVI-I port. I don't know what the I means. Let me know in the comments. And then a DVI-D focus. There we go. And then this blackened steel kind of a look. It's not your regular shiny silver. This is, I believe, is some form of steel, but it's been blackened a little and I kinda like it. Goes with the aesthetic of the rest of the card. You can see the shroud is dressed in red and black, and the MSI logo with the red and black looks really good, and I like the aesthetic they went with here. The other company that I was considering when I bought this card was Asus. I think it was a little more expensive, and I kind of was a little torn about the looks. I don't know if you all remember there was a time when Asus cards looked like an owl's eyes. This was one of those cards that looked like that, so I thought this looked much better than that owl eyes. Oh, by the way, when you have it plugged in, this logo lights up and you can change the color of it in the app MSI has. I think that's really cool. And we can also now take a look at the two power connector, power sockets, I don't know, power points, I guess. So you have two 6-pin connectors that you need for this beast to run. When I got this, I prepared my PC for it by upgrading my power supply to an EVGA 80 plus gold, and the actual manufacturer was Supersonic, Subsonic, I don't know, Subsonic. There's a Z-Sonic, there we go. So Z-Sonic was the real manufacturer, and EVGA was branding it, and it was quality components, and it was modular, and I got it from Dubai at the time. And then I'm really glad. It's really hard for power supplies to have a 80 plus rating when they're modular, because connectors lose efficiency, so they have to use a very high quality cable and components to be able to meet that rating with the modular supply. So I thought that was pretty cool about that. So it's a 680 watt power supply, and this beast can run on it pretty easily. This is my first ASMR video, so I apologize for any noises that I could not control or should have controlled, but I will get better as time goes on. I am just in awe of these pipes in the literal sense, you know. Look at these beauties. One day I really should take off the shroud and take off the back plate and replace the thermal paste on this thing. I mean, it's been 10 years, so, you know. And I really need to take a compressed air can and clean this massive heat exchanger that you probably can see underneath these fans. So this thing is pretty heavy, if you already do not have an idea. But yeah, I really love it. So I'm gonna end this video here. Let me know in the comments, did you know about this graphics card before watching this video? And if so, was this your favorite card out of the two at the time, the GTX 960 and the R9 380? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, c'est la vie.